right, if you are watching this video, you just watched the video where I talked to you about setting up a hundreds grid of your own. Maybe you chose to do that. Maybe you were able to print one off. Hopefully you've got a way to count up to 100 because, like I said, we're going to start talking this week about the dollar bill. And a dollar bill is worth 100 cents. Now, I could write that like this, 100 cents. But that's not usually the way that people write it. Usually when they're talking about $1, instead of using the cents symbol, they put a dollar sign at the beginning. A dollar sign kind of looks like a letter S with two lines going through the middle of it. So people use that dollar sign, and then they put what's called a decimal point right there. And when I see that decimal point, I think of the word and, okay? Because what this says to me is $1 and 0 cents. That will become important later because sometimes you have more than a dollar, and then there will be some cents over here as well. Okay, so today we're actually going to be counting some coin combinations that are less than $1. So my hundreds grid is going to come in handy. And then we're going to practice writing it using this dollar sign with dollars and cents notation. Okay, so come on over here. I'm going to show you sort of the process we're going to use. The first thing we're going to do when we see a collection of coins like this is we're going to sort them according to what kind they are. Then we're going to skip count, and we'll use the hundreds grid if we get stuck. And then at the end, I want to remember to use my symbol to write the amount of money. So step number 1 says sort. If I look at this collection of coins, I don't see any quarters. Normally I would look for quarters first, but today we're not going to do too much with quarters. So next I'm going to look for my dimes. I see a dime, see another dime, a couple more dimes over here. So I'm pulling out my dimes first, okay? Next, I'm going to sort my nickels away from my pennies. So I've got some nickels here, and I've got some pennies here. Now, if you're at home and you don't have these coins in front of you, you could write it in a notebook using our sort of shorthand. So I see 5 dimes. I could write dime, 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 nickel, 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 penny, penny. All right, step number 2 is for me to skip count. So I have a couple different ways I can do that. If I know my skip counts, I can just kind of point and write my skip counts as I go. If I'm getting stuck, I can use my hundreds grid, okay? And I'm going to show you how I might do that. I know my count by tens pretty well. We count our dimes by tens, if you remember from last week, so let's count them. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 cents. So at the end of that line of dimes, I'm just going to jot down the number 50. I'm going to keep counting from 50, so I really just wrote that down so I'd remember, okay? Now, I'm kind of stuck. I've got 50 here, but now I'm supposed to be counting nickels, and nickels are counted by 5s. So I'm feeling stuck. I don't know what 5 more than 50 is. What I can do is I can find the number 50 on my hundreds grid. There it is, 50. Now to get my next nickel, I need to know 5 more than 50. So I'm going to hop up 1, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5. I took 5 hops on the number grid and that got me to 55. Okay. Now I remember. I'm counting by 5s now, so it's going to sound like this. 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. So now I'm at 70. Okay. And then I have 2 pennies. If I'm stuck though, I can look at 70 and I can hop up 1, 2 for my 2 pennies. So let me find 70 on my hundreds grid. There it is. And I'm going to hop up 2 spots. 1, 2. 2 hops got me to the number 72. So that must mean that this coin collection is worth 72 cents. Let me show you the 2 ways that I can write that. We remember from last week that we could write the number 72 and then the cents symbol. But we also just learned there's another way to do it. I can write my dollar sign. But this 72 cents, that's less than $1. So I'm going to write $0 because I have no dollars and 72 cents. So this is 2 different ways to write the same amount of money. I can write 72 cents, or I can write $0 and 72 cents. All right, if that felt like a lot to you, this could be a good time for you to pause. If, however, you want more opportunities to challenge yourself and count some more coin collections, why don't you click on the next video?